Hey guys, welcome back to the weekly updates that I'm doing at the dojo. So for week 3, on the first day, what we ended up doing was branding and marketing workshops with Cheryl and Lily. And so they're basically part of the Block Dojo team. And so they really emphasized on really connecting your brand to the end user and sort of having a differentiating factor in regards to something that's memorable for people to remember your brand for, and try to define what your brand stands for. And in our case with Fast Track, we stand for security, and we want to be sort of that safe sort of root of trust for logistics companies to be able to use our data. One of the things that was wrong with our competitors when we were doing our competitive research was that with TradeLens, what they did was they had a similar solution to us, but they partnered with Maersk, and they were selling their customers' data to Maersk, who's also a logistics company. And so obviously there was a conflict of interest there. And so we applied obviously for the customs license, which also has a data protection clause in it too as well, so that we wouldn't be doing that type of scammy sort of stuff. Day 2, we end up going over mentor training with Jen. And so she's the kind of the expert and the expert networker for that sort of type of implementation that we're going to be potentially having next week. And so the idea is to kind of get us ready and prepped up, give us the checklist on how we need to prepare for the mentors. They also ended up bringing up people from previous cohort, which they invested into as well, to talk a little bit about their story and how it was like for them during Mentor Week, and some of the mentors that we need to keep in mind of, not really specifically the names, but just kind of the personality types and how they can potentially help us. And they gave some advice on not trying to have too many mentors, and some of the mentors might potentially even want to invest into your business. Some of them might be able to connect you and open doors for the right people to invest into your business. As you guys know, venture capital is at the lowest point that it's been in terms of investing since 2018. So it's a little bit harder to get funding, but not impossible, right? Basically, we just try to emphasize the correct strategies in which we should use to be able to then have more of an optimal experience during our mentorship week, where we're going to be meeting a bunch of different mentors every single day up until Thursday next week. So I'll keep you guys updated on that too as well. We also started AI training with Varma, which was pretty cool too as well on this day. So that was the second portion of the day where I didn't even know that AI had so many different sub layers and extensive layers within it. And I just kind of bunched it all as one thing. And I didn't understand the difference between machine learning versus large language models and versus neural networks and everything. So Varma did a really good job of breaking that down for us. And I'm really, really excited to learn more about AI. And I want to start to try to pick up some books and whenever I have time to learn more about AI. And also we figured that we needed to integrate it within our business model, because we were asked by one of our clients if it's possible to take some outputs from the PDF files that are being stored on our centralized or our SAAS-based model, and basically take some of that information, redistribute that in the form of an output that they need, and in some kind of clear, concise way, so that they don't have to manually output the data and input the data for themselves. So then we were able to figure out that we could use AI to basically as a form of implementation for that. So I'm excited on Monday, where I'm going to basically have a meeting with my CTO and Varma, who's one of the biggest dev partners for Block Dojo, to discuss more about how we can implement AI and some of the technical infrastructure of our project and how we can optimize our MVP. So for day 3, we did a lot on prompt engineering, which I ended up missing a lot of the first part of the prompt engineering, to be honest, because I had to go pick up my girlfriend and she was at the airport and I had to go and then come back, and then the airplane ended up being late, etc. But long story short, I came a little bit later, but I did and was able to get some value out of the lecture, because we discussed basically the differences and nuances between each sort of AI vehicle or engine, sort of between the ChatGPT 3.5 and ChatGPT 4 versus Cloud versus Google Bard, and so on and so forth. So we basically typed in the same prompts and saw that there was different answers and tried to figure out what's the proper way to prompt the AI and how to basically get the exact results that you need. So it was a really cool prompt engineering learning session for us, and so how we can better implement that for our businesses. During the second part of the day, we ended up having a community building workshop with Alex. This is something that I'm very, very privy into in regards to community building. I have a research group with about 40 different members, and also as well have podcasts that I'm starting to scale up to as well to try to generate more audience. So basically the entire point is, the gist of it is to create an audience, funnel the audience to a community, take that community to then sell products. So it's sort of this ACP model. So audience, community, product. And that's sort of one of the driving forces for your funnel currently in today's market. It's just a little bit different and nuanced. So you got to be putting out content. I have a bunch of different types of funnels. Like I also use LinkedIn as well to market. On top of that, I also have the podcast and I also have a YouTube channel. So it was something that was very familiar for me. Also, we talked about NFTs. Now you can implement them and use them as potential audience building, bootstrapping vehicles. Day 4, which is Thursday, we basically had these deep dives with Matt, which is a program director at Block Dojo. And basically everybody had their turn to basically go deep into the business, where we're at with our business, and how basically we can get it more optimal. And in the meantime, you just kind of worked on your own. And then after that, what we ended up doing was they had like a founder story. And then, it was cool because basically we got to sort of connect on a deeper level and build relationships with the founders. And they ordered sushi for us too as well, which is cool. And basically some of the challenges that we're facing at Fast Track is turning our clients into paying clients, which I've emphasized to our team that we need to, now that we know that the product is working and they're using it and it's efficient and it's better and it's cutting them costs, cutting them time, it's time to get them to pay for the product. And so that's something that we're emphasizing. So hopefully by the end of next week, I'll have better updates for you guys on becoming revenue generating and how we can get more sales, more clients. This is some of the KPIs that I want to bring at the forefront. And this is what basically we did for Friday, was when I had the meeting with, Tan and Christian, who's CTO, CLO, basically on the project, is to emphasize that we need to be more aggressive, have more speed, be more quick, get feedback quicker, and charge the clients properly, right? So we can actually be revenue generating, to show that to the investors, because that's very important, especially now in today's venture capital climate. You kind of need to be revenue generating. No one's really deploying off of your idea unless you're well networked in the space of angels or into VCs, which I am, but the VCs that I'm in, basically you need to be seed round or above for them to even look at you. So we have to get that first real round of funding for them to really generate that FOMO for them to want to then really look into our project and take it more serious. But I'm on the firm belief that we have a very golden opportunity here, because one of our partners, or not partners, but one of our competitors, discontinued their services last year. And so it's left the market kind of open. Our only other real competitor is Flexport. You have others like Scoot Chains kind of doing something a little bit similar, but not really. So that's really, really good for us. We're kind of in a very niche part of logistics because we're tackling one specific problem in regards to documentation and storage, to streamline that process, make it easier for people to communicate, sort of kind of like this semi-decentralized drop blocks for logistics, if you will. So it's something kind of like what we're creating, and I'm excited for the future of this project. And I hope you guys enjoyed this update. Let me know what you guys think. Feel free to comment, engage, and reach out to me on LinkedIn. I'll see you guys in the next one, and peace.